Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And the title of this video is The Thing About Her That Nobody Talks About. And this is Lady Ross, Ms. Diana Ross, and still looking super fine and still going strong at 81. Diana Ross was the lead singer of the Motown girls group, the Supremes, from 1959 until 1970. The Supremes, the Temptations, and all of those Motown groups were very instrumental in putting Black American music on the global map. They were beautiful, they were talented, they were smooth, they were stylish, they were confident, they were everything that we would want to represent us as a Black American ethnic group. So nobody can argue with their talent. Nobody can argue about their beauty. Nobody can argue about their style. There was nobody like them anywhere. The Motown family was the family that really, to me, put a stamp of excellence on Black American music. Now, we had other musicians before and after who have done wonderful, extraordinary things. But Motown just sort of brought the whole thing together and put it out there and said, this is who we are. And the world embraced the Motown talents because later on the Jackson Five came along and the Jacksons went even higher, especially Michael. I don't think many people would argue with me that Michael Jackson could have been called the star of the world and would have gotten very little pushback. He was just that excellent. But Diana Ross was excellent in her own way. She had hit records with and without the Supremes. And she was also a good actress. She was nominated for an Academy Award for Lady Sings the Blues, which was the Billie Holiday story. So she was a very good singer and a very good actress. And I guess I should say she is a very good singer and a very good actress because she's still alive. And the other night at the Met Gala, she showed everybody just what a star she is and what an entrance she can make. She looked absolutely beautiful and just put everybody else to shame as far as I'm concerned because she did her thing. She did her thing. Now, the thing about her that nobody talks about. Now, y'all, I'm not trying to be mean. I am not trying to be mean. But as Black Americans, there are some things that we need to point out because things are getting out of hand with us and all these biracials and I'm mixed and all this kind of stuff. And I have already pointed out that I'm sick and tired of hearing about that. So I want to say this about Diana Ross because nobody else is going to say it. At least they won't say it out loud. And I am not trying to be mean, and what people do is their business. But Diana Ross looks better than all of her children. And that isn't to say that her children are not attractive. They are attractive. Her children are attractive. They're rich. They should be attractive. But they don't look better than she does. Now, why am I saying that? Because this whole thing about marrying outside of your race, you want to make your children look better. You want light skinned children. Yes, people won't say it out loud, but that's what a lot of people think. I just love those little mixed children, stuff like that. I'm here to say that mixed children don't look any better than anybody else's children. And Diana Ross is a perfect example of that. Her children look nice, but they don't look better than she does. What I'm trying to say is they are not an improvement over her. She's got one black child, and that's the girl sitting next to her with an arrow pointing to her. Berry Gordy, who was the president of Motown Records, is this girl's father. She's married to a black musician, and they have a son. That is the only black grandchild that Diana Ross has. Tracy Ross on the right is not married, but those other three biracials are married to white people. And here are their children. So Diana Ross has only one black grandchild. The rest of her grandchildren are white. Back in the day, Diana Ross was one of these silly black people running around saying she didn't see color. Now, you may not see other people's color if you're black, but I can assure you they see yours. So there's two reasons, maybe even three reasons that I'm making this video. Number one, when we're talking about the transfer of wealth out of the black community, black women are not exempt. Diana Ross is worth, according to Celebrity Net Worth, Diana Ross is worth $250 million. So that money will most likely end up back in the white community. Number two, this video is also to point out that anything that black Americans treasure or value or try to be proud of is going to get destroyed or taken away in some way. Black people were proud of the Motown family. The Supremes and the Temptations were sort of at the top of the food chain at Motown. So black people were very proud of them, very proud of the way they carried themselves, very proud of the way they presented. So, as it will be, the lure of whiteness, of assimilating into white society, is more appealing than it is to be a stand up, dignified black person. That's the way it comes across. But anyway, she went off into I don't see race and I don't see color and everybody's the same and I'm Diana Ross and I'm going to assimilate into white society, even though when she married that second white man who was from Norway and they tried to join a country club in Connecticut, they were turned down because she was black. And the man, her husband, got so mad, I think he moved back to Norway. He was like, you can take this and shove it. But she was trying to fit in with white society. And they do what they always do. They let you get so far, and then they slam that door in your face because they are master gatekeepers. And I will say this about Motown. Motown did its job. Motown was successful in turning out superior black musicians, singers, and musicians. But black people are just never ready for that because the lure, again, the lure of trying to be into white society as opposed to establishing yourself as a respectable black person, as some of them were able to do. I think Aretha Franklin stayed grounded, Patti LaBelle stayed grounded, the OJs stayed grounded. A lot of them did stay grounded, but the ones who reached the very top, maybe except for Stevie Wonder, who is blind, and maybe a few others that I'm missing, they went off on the deep end in something ridiculous where they ended up dead or sick or irrelevant. Today, apparently, she's still willing to perform. I don't think she does a lot of public performing anymore because the last time she tried to do a tour, it flopped. So then they wanted to do a Supremes tour and it fell apart. So now she's apparently doing private events and she's charging 50 to 150,000 per performance as opposed to Patti LaBelle, who makes about 100,000 to 250,000 per performance, and she's making a fortune with her Walmart cooking deal. Third reason that I'm making this video is because I want us to really take a look at what these black celebrities are doing, especially when they marry these different races of people, and look at the children that they're having because they can argue it if they want to. But they want to breed out their blackness. They want to breed out that melanin because we have fallen for the okie doke that says white is more beautiful and having white skin and features and hair makes you more beautiful. And I believe that we're going to see as time goes on that that just is not the case. Those children are not more beautiful than black children. And we need to highlight that because we can just look at somebody like Shaquille O'Neal and Shawnee. Shaquille O'Neal and Shawnee have some beautiful children. Russell Wilson and Sierra have beautiful children. LeBron James has beautiful children. Black people's children are just as beautiful as anybody else's children. And people can go on all they want about it. It doesn't matter who you marry. It doesn't matter what the children are like. It's just about this and it's just about that. No, you're wrong. It does matter. And indoctrination has taken place in America, and all of it has been against us. And because it's against us, it's also against our children. So it goes from generation to generation to generation. At some point, we have to stop, call it out, and heal. I think we've all heard people say, "Oh, they're so pretty, they mixed. Oh, they're so pretty, they mixed." Well, they're not always pretty. Sometimes they're just not black. And that's enough for them to be beautiful to some people. And I'm not saying they're never beautiful. They look all right. I'm saying they don't look any better than black children. And black children can be beautiful whether they're light skinned, dark skinned, and everything in between. And that's the message that our children need to get. Now, I don't need anybody coming on here telling me that Donna Ross can do what she wants to do with her money. She can. But if we're going to talk about black men transferring wealth out of the black community, we need to talk about the black women too. She's not exempt. And I like her. I really liked her as a youth. I enjoyed watching her perform. She was a good performer. So I don't have anything against her. But again, we have to be for ourselves because nobody else is for us. And we have to try to instill as much confidence and encouragement as we can in our children and make them to understand that somebody does not look better than you just because they are not black. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a great evening.